Good morning, students. As it is Friday and yesterday was a holiday, I hope all of you have well utilized your holiday. You have completed your work which was left. So, our chapter number 25 of civics, that is democracy, is going on, and today we will complete some of the topics of the chapter. And the topic to be covered for today are coalition government, its advantages, disadvantages, then political parties, how they are organized, what the important role they plays, and what should be the structure of a political party. And next we will read about functions of political parties. So let's start our today's lecture. First of all, the point is, what is coalition government? Okay, as we know, the political party which secure half or more than half seats in the election form the government. But in some cases, it is not possible for one party to secure half or more than half seats. Then two alternatives are there. First one is re-election, as re-election is very costly and expensive and very tactic also. So the political parties try to adopt the second alternative. And what is the second alternative? It is coalition government. Coalition means when two or more than two parties come together to form a government. They form a coalition between them and then they form the government. Okay. Now, as we know that everything has two aspects, one is good and one is bad. In the same manner, coalition government has its own advantages and disadvantages. Let's see about the advantages of coalition government. This coalition government is a government by a general agreement. General agreement means the parties which are forming this type of government, they have agreed on certain issues. That's why they form the coalition between them. So everyone realizes in the party, in the government, the hope and the ambitions of the party who form the coalition. Although there may be some differences in their opinion, but they agree on certain common points, and this way they run the government. It is beneficial for the state or the country in which coalition government is there. But on the other side, it has a big disadvantage also. In such a type of government, if any party which is a part of the coalition is not satisfied with the actions of the government, then the party can threaten to withdraw the support. And if it happens, obviously the government would be dissolved and the re-elections will be there. So there is always a threat in the stability of the coalition government. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of coalition government. We have read this. I hope you have understand. Now next come the second topic, what we are going to read is what are political parties. A little bit of the knowledge of this political parties I think you people have. We have read in our earlier in the same chapter in our earlier classes. So let us revise that. Political parties, a party is an organization of people with common goals. Some people who have common interests, common goals, and we have common opinion, you can say. They come together and form a party. And to acquire their goal, to achieve their goal, they want to acquire the political power. Political parties play an important and essential role in democracy. As we know that the political parties select their candidates to contest in the elections, and when they win, according to their policies, they run the government. So these political parties plays a very important and crucial role in the democracy. And these parties also provide the public the opportunities to shape the country's future, because people watch different parties, their way of working, the improvements they have made, public watch their policies also, and thus public decided to vote a particular party, and in this way indirectly the public shape the country's future. These political parties, they do not compel, or even you can say that they can't compel anyone to join a particular party. People having same interest join the parties, and like so many parties in our countries are working to now. This is Congress and BJP and BSP, Janata Dal, INALO, Bharatiya Samaj Party, so Samajwadi Party, so many political parties are there, and the public who could able to relate themselves with the views of the particular party, they can join that party. Means the party do not can't force anyone to join their party, but it is on the people with which party they can relate themselves, they join that party. Every political party then contest in elections and try to get maximum seats, so they can form the government and achieve the goals of the party. And political parties, what should be the structure of the political party? We have to read about this now. Listen carefully. Political parties should have a set of rules and regulations, and should have good leaders also, and it should be properly organized. And one more most important point is, these political parties need to be registered by the election commission, and it raises important issues of public interest. So this is the structure of the political party, that it should be organized, well organized, it should be registered, and it should have a set of rules and regulations which must be followed by the party members. That's all about political parties. Now let us see the functions of political parties. Certain functions you can see I have written on the board. So let us discuss one by one. First one is issue election manifesto. All these points we have read earlier in the chapter. Just I am giving you the quick revision of that. Every political parties, it is the most important function of political parties. First of all, they have to issue election manifesto of the particular party. Election manifesto is a document which contains the policies and the promises, the views, the opinions of a particular party, and this election manifesto must be published before elections, so that the people could read it and they can decide to vote which particular party they want to vote. Second is contest election. After issuing election manifesto, political parties, they select their candidates to contest the election in all the constituencies in which elections will be held. Third main function is select candidates. Of course, this is for the only political parties then select the proper candidate from a particular constituency who is famous in the people like him, who do not have any criminal case on him. So this kind of candidate selected by the political parties to contest elections. Next point is conduct election campaign. Election campaign means they use print media, electronic media, and other mediums to convey their points, their views to the public. Then explain issues to public and form public opinion. In a certain constituency, there must be some issues, some problems in that particular constituency. It may be related to the social life of the people, or economically some issue is there, or politically some issue is there, the parties, they explain that issues means problems, to the public, and in this way they form public opinion. Public opinion means what is the views of a maximum number of people of that constituency. Next is public meetings, rallies, press, to interact with and influence the voters. This is a part of campaign only. Public meetings are held, and rallies are held, and they go to press also. They use press also to interact with the people, so that the people could relate themselves with the policies of the particular party. So next is give expression to public opinion. Once public opinion is formed, then whole public can't express it together. They need a face, and that face is the candidate selected by the political party. In this way, they give expression to the public opinion. Then next point is forms the government. So when elections held, and the party get maximum vote, then it is the responsibility or function of the government to form the party to form the government. If it acquire, or you can say achieve, maximum seats. Maximum seat means half or more than half, which is the number which is necessary to make a government. So if the party gets that number of seats, then it forms the government. Next is functions as the opposition if lose the election. Means if the party is not in the condition to form a government, means it can't attend or access the maximum or half of the seats, then it can't make the government, but then its function is functions as a opposition. Means opposition में उनको बैठना होता है उस पार्टी को, and they will play the role of the opposition. It is also very important and crucial role to play the role of the opposition. They can check the government, they can stop the government, they can force the government to make any rule which is not in the favor of the public. So from my side, the topic is complete, and I hope you people have understood it very well. If still any problem is there, you can call me or drop a message. Thank you and have a nice day.